Today on the Trent Out Loud Podcast. I'm always a big Shannon Sharpe fan, but yo, Shannon, Uncle Shay Shay, yo, you took your first L in my book, yo. This is a horrible, horrible take. I have to come and drag you for this. Hold up. What up? It's your boy Trent Out Loud, and I'm back with another episode. I'm feeling much better. My voice is back. For those of you who missed yesterday's episode, I was a little bit hoarse. I was feeling under the weather from partying up in Florida, Tampa, Orlando. You know how it goes. But I am back today. I'm feeling good, and I'm ready to start the show. I got one lead story for you guys. I got quick news, and of course, I got sports updates. Y'all know what time it is. Get your headphones on, get your earbuds in, turn your devices up. I'm about to start this show. Let's go. Candace Owens is back in the news revealing a controversial fear. She says, and I quote, "I would be terrified to see a woman flying a plane." Listen to this.
I would be terrified if I got onto a plane and I saw a woman flying the plane. And I know that we have the United CEO saying that he just wants to fulfill a quota. He just wants there to be more women and wants there to be more black people. And he's not concerned at first with qualifications. That is something that should alarm all of us, guys, honestly.
What really makes me upset about this story is that Candace Owens is telling pure lies. The United CEO never said that he didn't care if they were qualified or not. I did my due diligence and I found this.
How is diversity and diversity targets working into the Aviation Academy?
We have committed that 50% of the class of the classes will be women or people of color. Today, only 19% of our pilots at United Airlines are women or people of color.
White males don't just dominate in the cockpits, also in the C-suite at United Airlines.
Did you hear anywhere in there where the United CEO, Scott Kirby, said anything about not caring about the qualifications? He never said any such thing. Candace, did you hear any time where this man said he doesn't care if they're qualified or not? Like, this is crazy that Candace is allowed to jump on her platform and say these things. This is my problem with the internet and my problem with platforms like Twitter and allowing people just to say anything because people will believe it. I know that there's no way that a CEO could have ever have gotten sat down on an interview with anybody and said, "Well, I don't care if my pilots are qualified or not. I only care about diversity, equity, and inclusion. And it doesn't matter if a woman or a black person is qualified. We just want to hire more women and black pilots." Like, come on, who would say something like that? And that's the reason why I never wanted to cover this story, but it's picking up more and more ground and more people are starting to believe it, which is the only reason why I'm talking about it. The CEO, Scott Kirby, never said that he doesn't care if they're qualified. All the man said was, "I would like to bring our percentage up to 50%, where you have 50% of our pilots are either female or black or person of color, and the other 50% can be white and other demographics of people." That's all the man is trying to do. And people like Candace Owens, and there's other people that are making statements. I'll read to you what this guy wrote. Michael Seffer, United Airlines CEO Scott Kirby says they want 50% of their hires to be women and people of color. He doesn't care whether or not they can effectively fly an airplane. All that matters is race and gender. DEI is going to get people killed. Like, come on. He never, ever said that he doesn't care about their qualifications. All DEI or DIE or whatever you want to call it, diversity, equity, inclusion, inclusion and equity. It's just trying to level out the playing field from hundreds of years of a male-dominated workforce or a workforce that didn't include people of color. And then you have people like Candace Owens and this guy, putting out these things into the public. I mean, this is ridiculous. Anyways, this all started from a guy named Charlie Kirk. I'll play a video.
I'm sorry. If I see a black pilot, I'm going to be like, boy, I hope he's qualified. And that's why I think this United story and the DEI story hits so hard.
Again, this is the problem with people having these independent platforms and Twitter spaces and these followings. They're able to get on their platforms and say things that are just completely untrue, and people will believe this. So again, I try not to give people like Candace and Charlie Kirk and whoever this other guy is, Michael, these kind of this much attention. But when you have a great CEO of an airline that's trying to make his airline more diverse and more equitable to women and people of color, and you have people going and telling lies on him, I feel like it's my duty for even my small platform to go out here and do my due diligence and show you guys that it is not true. I just played the clip of what the man said, and it's clear that there is no way that he doesn't care, that he doesn't not care about their qualifications. All this plan is to try to just get more women and people of color. So, just to dumb it down for somebody like Candace Owens, all the man is trying to do and all anybody is trying to do with diversity, equity, and inclusion is saying, listen, we have one pilot, for example, let's say you have a pilot's exam, okay? You get 10 out of 10 and you have 10 out of 10. You have the same qualifications. Well, because we only have one woman versus 100 men, we're going to hire a second or third or fourth woman so that it can be more balanced. Then they do the same thing with a person of color. Okay, you guys have the exact same qualifications. You're both equally as qualified. Okay, we're going to hire the person of color because we already have, 10% already that is owned. The only 10% of our company is a person of color, where 90% is white. That's all diversity and equity and inclusion is about. It's about leveling the playing field. And it makes me really upset when people get out here and lie and say that you're going to accept women or you're going to accept people of color that don't have qualifications. That's not at all what diversity, equity, and inclusion is about. It's about finding the people that have the exact same qualifications or better qualifications. And then once the qualifications criteria is met, then we're going to look at leveling the playing field in the workforce. That's just my opinion. That's my take on it. You guys know I'm always up to hear other sides of the coin. Please let me know in the comment section below how you feel about Candace Owens lying and these other guys lying on Scott Kirby, who's the CEO of United Airlines. Let me know what you think about that. And also let me know what you think about DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion. Let me know in the comment section below. Shannon Sharpe says Beyoncé ain't moved the needle like this chick, referring to Taylor Swift. Take a listen.
Same feeling.
Ocho,
Yes.
I love Beyonce. Beyonce ain't moving the needle like this chick. Ocho? No.
What? You
tripping, Ocho. This girl,
Ask the
she's
chat.
the closest
Ask
thing.
the chat.
She's the closest thing to moving the needle like Michael Jackson that we've seen.
Now, y'all know that I love Shannon Sharpe. Every time that he has somebody on his podcast on his show, Nightcap, I'm always a big Shannon Sharpe fan. But Shannon, Uncle Shay Shay, you took your first L in my book, This is a horrible, horrible take for you to get up on your platform and talk about Queen Beyonce like that. Oh, hell no. I have to come and drag you for this. Hold up. I looked up the definition of what it means to move the needle, Uncle Shay Shay. Moving the needle means to make a change that is noticeable, to alter or to modify something so that the effect of your action is measurable. Beyonce moves the needle. Beyonce moves the needle, Shannon Sharpe. Beyonce affects change. Beyonce Knowles shifts culture. Beyonce Knowles has affected generations of people. Beyonce is worldwide. Beyonce is a queen. Beyonce is a movement. Taylor Swift is a good songwriter. That's all she is. She's not an amazing performer. She's not affecting change. Beyonce is culture. Beyonce is known for being the queen of a culture of urban hip hop, female independent culture. Like her effect, Beyonce's effect on the world is bigger, 10 times bigger than Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift is just music. That's all she is. Beyoncé is responsible for at least 2 generations of culture. Beyoncé transcends music. Beyoncé is fashion. Beyoncé is movement. Beyoncé is culture. Beyoncé is known for a plethora of things. Beyoncé is the equivalent to, let's say, a Michael Jackson, where she and both Beyoncé and Michael Jackson influenced generations. They are beyond music. Their fame is beyond music. Like a Michael Jordan. He's known, of course, as a basketball player, but he's known as one of the greatest athletes ever of all times, transcending all sports. Somebody like a Nelson Mandela, somebody like, I don't know who else, but like you can't put Taylor Swift in the category of somebody of moving the needle. Moving the needle is when you surpass generations, when you are bigger than the craft, bigger than the job that you do. And Taylor Swift's job in music is great. And Shannon, bringing up and saying, oh, her ticket sales were more than Beyonce, or her movie made more money than Beyonce's. That is a ridiculous point. We're not talking about what she is doing in music. We're not talking about her movie. We're talking about her global impact. We're talking about her effect that she's had on generations. Yo, Taylor Swift has influenced, a 10-year-old to 16-year-old girls in like middle America. Like I am a music lover. I was in the music industry for 10 years. I may have known 2 Taylor Swift songs. And this is no hate to Taylor Swift. Like she's a nice girl. She seems really nice. She's a huge Beyonce fan herself. But I'm sure if you were even to ask Taylor, she would tell you that Beyonce is an artist that moves the needle. Beyonce transcends music. That's somebody that moves the needle. Tiger Woods moved the needle. Michael Jordan moved the needle. You cannot compare Taylor Swift to Beyonce. The only people that you could talk in the music industry that move the needle is when you push culture forward. The reason why Beyonce is the way how she is from Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson transformed the music industry, brought us to video, the performances, and Beyonce is picking up that torch. I have never seen Taylor Swift in concert, but I have seen things online that she does. I've seen some of her concert clips online, and they're nothing like what Beyonce or Michael Jackson has done. There's only 2 people, in my opinion, that have pushed culture forward in the music game, and that is Michael Jackson, Beyonce in this modern era. Let's not go back to the 60s and 70s. I'm talking about from like the 80s on, in the past 30, 40 years, Michael Jackson, Beyonce, and honestly, nobody else is even close. All right, this brings us to quick news. Sound my bell. Kanye West is back in the news. Surprise, surprise. I feel like I say that every week. Surprise, surprise. Kanye West is back in the news. Kanye West is back in the news for grabbing a phone from a TMZ reporter. Listen to this.
Hey, Kanye. How you doing? It's good to see you. People want to know if Bianca has her free will. Some people are saying you're controlling her.
Like that? Asking me about my wife, talking about she got free will? Are you crazy? You insane? It's America. You got free will or you work for the devil? Come to me, I'm a legend. You understand that? I'm here to support Charlie Wilson. You come and ask me some about my wife. That's my wife. You understand? You wasn't asking when I couldn't see my kids? When I couldn't, do you have questions? Do you have questions when I wasn't able to see my kids? And that I only get visitation and don't have rights to where they go to school? You got questions for that, or are you part of the system?
Megan Thee Stallion and Nicki Minaj are still in the headlines. They're still, actually, I was about to say they're still going at each other, but actually it's only Nicki Minaj that is continually still going after Megan Thee Stallion. And this is exactly what I said yesterday. It's like, I don't understand why Nicki keeps on letting her temper and her attitude get the best of her. It's been going on 4 days now. Megan just solely just put out her diss track, and Nicki Minaj can't stop talking about her. Today, Megan Thee Stallion went on ABC News and said this.
Megan has more good news.
Oh, we're having the tour this year. The Hot Girl Summer Tour is going to be 2024. So this is going to be the first time that I drop an album on time for the summer.
Did you hear that? She said nothing about Nicki Minaj, nothing about the beef. She's talking about her third album coming out. She's talking about her tour. And this is what you gotta do. And this is why I'm siding with Meg in this. Because not for the diss, not for whatever, but just of how she's carrying it, how she's being strategic. She put out a song on Friday. It's number 1 on Spotify. Yes, I know Nicki Minaj is number 1 on Apple. And they keep going back. That's part of the beef too. Like, how many videos, how many clicks did Nicki Minaj video get? How many clips did Megan get? How many clips in this? And they keep posting back and forth. But what I like that Megan is doing is that Megan is no longer saying anything about her. And even more so, she actually never said her name from even in the diss track. Megan has not said Nicki Minaj's name, and all Nicki Minaj keeps doing is getting on her Instagram and getting on her live and keeps talking about Megan Thee Stallion. So from a strategic standpoint, I gotta give this to Megan because Nicki just won't be quiet and she keeps playing in her hand. All she's doing is pushing Meg's album, pushing Meg's name into the news even more, and she's wearing herself thin. Even Paul Rosenberg, who's a big New York radio personality, said the exact same thing that I was saying. Listen to this.
Megan came with a couple of bars. I'm not saying those were innocent bars. They were clearly pointed and intentional.
Right.
But it ended up coming off more casual than you then responding with 5 days of talking, a long sort of poorly mixed record. You don't want to then do more.
Mos Def jumps online and tries to clarify his comments that he made to Drake. Take a listen.
Thank you all to hear what it is that I have to say. As it relates to some of the comments that I made about Drake. First of all, I don't hate anyone. My opinion is mine. It's legal in all states, as far as I'm aware. There was not an opportunity to try to slander him or to clown on him. I have reached out to him. I have no response just yet, but I'm not keen to talk about people or to them through a screen. I prefer to talk to people directly.
Honestly, that whole thing was like painful for me to listen to. There was probably around like 5 or 6 minutes. I could only just cut it down to like 20 seconds because it's so drawn out and he's talking so slow. Yo, Mos, just get on your app, just get on Instagram and be like, yo, whatever I said to Drake, I didn't really mean it that way. I think he's a good artist. Yo, Drake, reach out to me. Like, it doesn't have to be this long thing. Like, it's just ridiculous, bro. Everyone's favorite streamer, Cenat, loses $300,000 to 21 Savage from playing. I don't even know what game they were playing, but he bet him. I think they were playing 2K, NBA 2K. But anyways, take a listen to this. Not only did he lose $300,000, but then he wrecks his whole setup after, his computer, his camera. Take a listen to this.
Damn, Kai. You broke everything, bro. What the
I'm pull up on you.
This nigga Kai broke everything, bro.
300,000, bro. It's not funny, bro. I'm dead ass, bro. 300,000.
Now, I don't know if they were just doing this to get more views or more clicks or whatever, but it seems like he actually really did lose the money. But Kai just got a big contract from, I can't remember the streaming service, but he got a big contract. So 300,000 is not a lot for him, but it's still a lot of money, man. You're out here playing, betting on a PlayStation game and you're betting $300,000. That's crazy, Kai. Elon Musk's Neuralink startup has successfully implanted its first brain chip into a human participant. Yo, this makes me nervous, man. Anyways, listen to the headlines. Elon Musk tweets, the first human received an implant from Neuralink yesterday and is recovering well. Initial results show promising neuro spikes detection. So for those of you who don't know what Neuralink is, because I had no clue, I'll tell you what their purpose is. Neuralink chip is meant to allow humans to control external devices simply by thinking. The study uses a robot to surgically place a brain-computer interface, BCI, implement in a region of the brain that controls the intentions to move. One of the Neuralink's main goals is to enable people to control a computer sensor or keyboard using their thoughts alone. The implant ultrafine thread helps transmit signals in participants' brain, Neuralink said. This kind of freaks me out a little, but I like technology. I like things like this. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you think this is AI? Do you think this is machines? Do you think this is, just one step closer to, even humans being replaced by machines? Like, are we going to actually keep our same brain, or could we just start putting chips into our own brain like how we put chips into computers? A lot of people are freaked out by this, but I like this stuff. I like anything that's advancing the human culture or the human being are making us better. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. All right, I got an update on Young Thug. This is not an update on his trial. This is actually an update about his time in jail and his jail cell. His jail cell was searched for contraband, which is something that's normally done in jail. That's a normal practice. Prisoners could hide weed or weapons or whatever it is in their cell. So of course, prison guards go and search. And prison guards are wearing their body cams, but the body cam leaked. The body cam footage leaked. We got to see Young Thug's cell, where he sleeps, all the books that he's reading. I'm going to put it up on YouTube for the people who can see it, but for the people who can't see it, you see his cell. He has two little thin mattresses. He has a bunch of books, and on the wall he has a bunch of pictures. And as the guy is like looking around, you're seeing all these pictures and everybody's assuming it's pictures of his girlfriend, but there was, let's say, like 80 pictures on the wall of his girlfriend and 2 of his ex-girlfriend. It forced Young Thug to tweet this. Mariah the scientist, his girlfriend. He didn't say that, but he put a picture of her. All I want, all I see. So, this man has to be in jail, fighting a RICO case. And this damn security guard had to go and leak his footage. And now Mariah is probably pissed at him. The ex-girlfriend is like, yo, what's going on? How come my pictures are in there? People are saying that his ex was probably visiting him in jail, and now Mariah's going to find out about it. I feel bad for Thug, man. Like, that is not fair. There should be somebody should have to pay for this. You should have to, this can't be right, man. Like, this man that's his own private jail cell. I don't understand how footage could just leak like that, and now you have the man in trouble with his girlfriend and his ex-girlfriend, and now you're gonna have baby mama drama and all of this stuff. Like, this is ridiculous. And then our last story for quick news: happy birthday to Queen Oprah Winfrey. Oprah Winfrey turns 70 years old today. I can't believe Oprah is 70. That's wild to me. But anyway, she's looking good. We just saw everything she did with the color purple and whatever. People are saying she's on Ozempic, but Oprah is looking good. She doesn't look anywhere near 70. But anyways, shout out to the queen of media, Oprah Winfrey. Happy 70th birthday. All right, this brings us to question of the day. The question of the day is it okay to stay friends with your ex? All right, y'all know me. I had to jump to the comment section. That's my favorite place to go for question of the day, is going to the comment section. Somebody wrote, if you're single, yes. If you're in a relationship, it's best to just love them from a distance. Somebody else wrote, there's nothing wrong with being friends with your ex when you are truly friends. Anyone who can't understand this is immature or in love with their ex. What? Somebody wrote, no, because apparently we wasn't friends in the relationship. So why do you want me to be friends after? Somebody wrote, after we break up, you no longer exist to me. This person had bad breakups. Somebody else wrote, y'all too busy trying to look back. That's why you can't look forward. Very good point. Why do y'all need permission for everything? Do whatever suits you and your circumstances best. Okay, come on. We're trying to have fun. We're just asking a question here. Somebody else said, no, leave toxic stuff in 2023. Who says a past relationship has to be toxic? Somebody wrote, having sex with somebody for years, then being friends afterwards is not possible. They still be messing with each other. Somebody wrote, no, because they're always going to want some Anyways, so my answer to this, actually, hold on here. There's another one though. Somebody wrote, mature answers only. Yes, just because the relationship didn't work out, don't mean I can't still talk to you. You're just not the person for me. Everybody's got to grow out of something when they get older. No bad blood, Pookie. All right, so I'm going to give you my answers and stop beating around the bush. This is a tough one, but I'm going to say no. I don't think it's good to be friends with your ex because you guys have a past. And if you were in a serious relationship, there's always going to be something there. There's always going to be something there. And I feel like being friends with that person, it's just going to make it harder for you in your next relationship to move on from that person. I'm not saying you need to be enemies, but friends, the real definition of a friend is actually like being there for somebody, talking with them, being supportive, and you know, and I don't think that that's necessary. If you're with somebody in a long relationship, 4 or 5 years, and you guys break up, there's no need to continue having a friendship and then you're getting into another relationship. I think it just makes the next relationship for you and for that person more difficult. But like I said, it doesn't mean that you have to be enemies and never speak to each other again. There's some times where that is necessary. But I don't think that it is healthy to have a friendship. Be acquaintance. You know, if I need something from you or you need something from me or there's something I can help you with or whatever, like once a year, once every 2 years, I have to ask this person something. Maybe, but to be friends, like how I'm friends with my boys, like we're actually going to do things and spend time with each other and be there for each other. There's no reason why you need to still be there for your ex. If you guys need to be there for each other, you should just get back together. All right, this brings us to sports news. There was not much going on in sports yesterday. The Cavaliers beat the Clippers. The Knicks beat the Hornets. The Nets beat the Jazz. The Suns beat the Heat. The Heat. The Celtics beat the Pelicans. The Timberwolves beat the Thunder. The Kings beat the Grizzlies. The Rockets beat the Lakers. Oh, I saw stuff going online with that game and Dylan Brooks and LeBron James and how he was heated and mad that he wanted a fragrant foul. Dylan Brooks and LeBron James are still going at each other's necks. I think that's hilarious. But shout out to the Rockets for beating the Lakers. The Wizards beat the Spurs. The Mavericks beat the Magic. The Nuggets beat the Bucks, and the Trailblazers beat the 76ers. And in hockey news, there was only one game last night. The Senators beat the Predators. Actually, it went into overtime. I saw some highlights of that game too. It looked pretty good. Although y'all know I'm not a big hockey fan, I am doing my due diligence. I'm trying to keep up with the headlines and the scores. So shout out to the NHL. And where are my darn Canadians, man? Where are the Montreal Canadiens? I'm yet to report, since I've been reporting on hockey, I have yet to report the Canadiens winning a game. Like, what is going on with my Canadians? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's your boy, Trent Out Loud. Peace! For more content, you could subscribe, download, or listen to the Trent Out Loud podcast wherever you listen to your podcasts, or you could watch us on YouTube. Just search Trent Out Loud. For showtimes and updates, you could follow us on all social platforms at Trent Out Loud. Go to signupexpert.com/Trent. Once you sign up for all betting apps and get all your bonuses and get all your rewards, go to your app store and download BetStamp and use promo code TOL.